Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Browning.
I don't wanna admit that I've got no friends. I've been talking to myself, that's the way it is. And I don't wanna hear what it is that your side's got. You can tell me that the grass is greener when I know it's not. And I don't want to feel anything anymore. I don't wanna feel it, so I go down to the liquor store. I don't wanna feel anything that might be real. I don't wanna feel. What are all these feelings for? I don't wanna admit that I'm not shit. I wanna feel important, so I lie a bit. And I exaggerate the accomplishments that I've made. Oh, but I feel just as lonely all the same. And I don't want to feel anything anymore. I don't wanna feel it, so I go down to the liquor store. I don't wanna feel anything that might be real. I don't wanna feel. What are all these feelings for? I don't want to. I don't wanna know. I don't want to. No, I don't wanna. I don't want to talk to you. But I'll complain all night and day that there's no one to talk to. Critiquing holes that I dug myself. I've been acting like there's no one else that I could ask for help. Cause I don't wanna feel anything anymore. I don't wanna feel it, so I go down to the liquor store. I don't wanna feel anything that might be real. No, I don't wanna feel. What are all these, what are all these, what are all these feelings for? I don't wanna know. What are all these feelings for? And just for namesakes, blueberry pancakes.
Oh, Cody Browning.
What up, what up?
Dude, welcome to the Lockdown Livestream, man.
Thank you very much.
This is dope to have you here.
I'm super happy to be here.
And it's been a while since we've seen each other, too. It's been like a long while.
A very long while. Very, very long while. Probably longer than we even realized.
Dude, probably.
I feel like the last time was at Abbey Road, but I know that's not accurate, but that's like the last time that it really like just resonates.
Right, the old Abbey Road lunacy days.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember going out there like every Tuesday. I was there all the time.
Me too, man. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have done the Chongditions.
Yeah, same, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yep.
Good old Abbey Road. Good segue place.
Yeah. All right, so Mr. Cody Browning.
That's me.
Very formal. I like it.
Yeah, Mr. is actually my first name.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cody Browning's your last name.
Yeah, that's right. The whole thing. I don't even have a middle name.
Well, you know. All right, so first, welcome.
Thank you.
Second, let's do some plugs real quick. Actually, but before we do that, I just want to say thank you to everybody that is tuning in. You guys are awesome, and for anybody watching after the fact, this is the Lockdown Livestream. We do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. with a different artist or band. And this week, of course, we've got the magnanimous Mr. Cody Browning.
I need to change my name to Magnanimous now.
That's right. That's right. So, Cody, where can people find you? How can they keep up to date with what you got going on?
So, y'all can find me at Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, pretty much anything that you can stream music on. You can find my most recent album called Waves that's out right now, except for Pandora. Don't go there. I'm not on Pandora. And you just type in Cody, C-O-D-Y, Browning, Brown, I-N-G. And you can find that. And for social media, I got an Instagram, which is Cody Browning Music, that you can follow me at there. I'll have a straw hat and a pretty little picture and all that stuff. And then Facebook's the same, Cody Browning Music. Pretty simple, bliss, easy to find.
Yeah, really hard to screw up. So,
Got
folks,
long hair. I'm that dude.
if you want to check out Cody and see where he's going to be playing and whatnot, you can check out his social media, Cody Browning Music on Facebook, on Instagram. Go check out his album Waves on any digital streaming platform.
Except for Pandora.
Except for Pandora.
Boycott Pandora.
All right, so real quick, let's do a little synopsis. Who's Cody Browning in a nutshell? What do you do?
I don't like the guy personally. But,
Yeah, I've heard some things. It's not my favorite, but he's all right.
At least you're honest. It's fine. I'm gonna head out. So I guess in a nutshell, just a guy playing music. Officially now doing it for a living.
Congratulations,
full-time
by
job.
the way.
Thank you. It's a huge thing for me. It's always been my dream just to be able to do what I love for a living, and music is a blessing. But I play guitar, I sing, a little bit of drums, flute, piano.
Nice.
Music is pretty much everything to me. And I moved to the beach with my beautiful fiance, Miss Emily Trinkle. Shout out to you, honey.
Shout out to Emily.
That's right. You're awesome. Biggest supporter in the world. About 2.5, 3 years ago to do my career, and here I am, luckily doing it.
Hell yeah, man.
Thanks.
Dude, yeah, I remember first meeting you, and you had just basically moved to Virginia Beach.
Yes, sir.
And you were doing the open mic circuit, just pounding the pavement trying to get gigs, and then you started getting gigs. So it's really exciting to see where you started and now where you're at now doing this full time. I mean, you wanted it and you went after it, and you worked really hard for it.
I tried.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Tell you what, not a lot of failure, and then some little victories that just turned into bigger victories.
Dude, but that's how it works.
Yeah, I'm happy
Right.
about it, man.
Yeah.
A lot of really awesome people in Virginia Beach who have helped it happen, though, as well.
Yeah, it's a really good community. This is a place, if you want to do music and if you're serious about doing music, this is a place to do it because there are a lot of people that will actually help you out. You got to put in the work, right? But there are a lot of people that are willing to see that effort and try to give you a little bit of a boost.
Namely, Mr. Boston Paul. Jesse Chong, also a great guy.
Oh, yeah. Big shout out to Jesse Chong,
yeah.
man.
Christy K.
Yeah.
Another one.
Big shout out to Christy.
And then many others.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we do a little music for a little while? So for the folks at home, you guys can sit back and relax. We're going to do a nice long set of some music here. And then following that up, we're going to do a little interview with Mr. Magnanimous. Cody Browning.
That's me. Thanks, y'all, for listening. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. All right. We good to go? All right. Quick little intro to this song. I wrote this song about a year ago in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, and it is called May.
Alarm goes off, she wakes up. It's a hard life living in your makeup. I wonder what it would take, love, to make you feel like you're enough. No matter what they say, every compliment they make, it will never be enough, love, to make you feel like you are. It's a hard life that she's living in every day, compared to the images. 1 million followers on her phone, but at the end of the day still feels alone. Gotta keep up, gotta stay relevant, but she's still convinced that she's never been, she may never be. But I hope one day that she sees that there's beauty behind that screen, And she'll never need to change direction, and to change her face will be to change perfection. Alarm goes off, she wakes up. It's a hard life living in your makeup. I wonder what it would take, love, to make you feel like you're enough. No matter what they say, every compliment they make, it will never be enough, love, to make you feel like you are. Shout out to all the magazines, to the photo editors, and whoever the hell decided you can measure your worth with some thumbs up buttons and some heart emojis, so that the ones who had none could just feel hopeless. I hope you know that that's not true love, and you will always be enough. Ain't no one on this earth like you, and you deserve love. Alarm goes off as she wakes up. It's a hard life living in your makeup. I wonder what it would take, love, to make you feel like you're enough. No matter what they say, every compliment they make, it will never be enough, love, to make you feel like you are. Alarm goes off as she wakes up. It's a hard life living in your makeup. I wonder what it would take, love, to make you feel like you're enough. No matter what they say, every compliment they make, it will never be enough, love, to make you feel like you are. But you are. Thank you, sir. Arigatou gozaimasu. Good to go right into the next one? Yep. Beautiful. Alrighty. Alright. Here we go. No one knows where the river back home flows except for me and you. And where the wolves call home is where we go roam, while the town folks huddle indoors. And we know we're both monsters, yeah, just like them. And we know we're both monsters, so let's not pretend that we know we're both monsters, yeah, just like them. And we know. And truth be told, I'm a little too old to be acting like this anyway. You got something to say, then say it to my face. I'm getting tired of running in place. Cause we know we're both monsters, yeah, just like them. And we know we're both monsters, so let's not pretend that we know we're both monsters, yeah, just like them. And we know. And at the end of the day, we're all the same. We get hot in the sun, we get wet in the rain. What's the point of kidding yourself? Yeah, you're acting like you're better than somebody else when we know. Yeah, we know. I've been finding ways to fight the demons inside of me, and I've been fighting night and day to try to kill the monotony. Ain't no stop me, rocking me, no attack me, and I'm making a mockery of a fear run democracy. Don't follow me, I won't show you the way. And we know we're both monsters, yeah, just like them. And we know we're both monsters, so let's not pretend that we know we're both monsters, yeah, just like them. And we know. We're both monsters, yeah, just like them. And we know we're both monsters, so let's not pretend that we know we're both monsters, yeah, just like them. And we know. Oh, shit. I've been waiting patient, but waiting for what I'm wondering. I'm wandering, I'm pondering why I'm even wandering. Try to be the best that I can be, but at this point I'll be anything. Cause anything beats being a freaking monster. No one knows where the river back home flows except for me and you. you. But truth be told, I'm a little too old to be acting the way that I do. Yeah, no one knows where the river back home flows except for me and you. But truth be told, we're all a little too old to be acting the way that we do.
Whoops. Thank you very much. Totally didn't notice that one note out of key at all. All right. This next song, that song was called Monsters, and that's going to be on my next album. And this next song is called Color Me in Gray.
Don't tell me it's over, I can't take that kind of pain. And don't tell me if I look older, I don't wanna know how long it's been since I was myself. It haunts my dreams, I am not okay, like I might seem. So color me in gray and watch me fade away, and take me to the place where I lay my sins bare. And I covered them in dirt in hopes I'd hide them well enough that they might never be brought to light. And I'm not okay. Now this I know, pushing them away is all I do. So color me in gray and watch me fade away. Another day, another dollar, but those dollars don't mean much, no. When you know your days are numbered, it's those dollars you'd give up. So color me in gray and watch me fade away. Yeah, color me in gray and watch me fade away. Color me in gray, I won't give up. I don't wanna fade away, but I know I must return to dust. Return to dust. I know I must return to dust. So color me in gray. Tell me it's not over. Tell me I still got fight in me yet, even when I'm weak. Color me in gray. Tell me I don't look my age. Tell me it's not over, even when I know it is. So color me in gray and watch me fade away. Yeah, color me in gray and watch me fade away. Color me in gray. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. That one should be on the next album as well, hopefully, if all goes to plan.
And real quick, folks, you can find Cody Browning on all streaming platforms. It's Cody Brown ING.
That's right. Cody Browning Music on Facebook and Instagram.
That's right. Cody Browning Music, Facebook, Instagram. Go over there, give him a like, give him a follow.
Please.
Go listen to his music. Help with the algorithm. The AI hates us. We need all the help we can get.
It's true.
And if you like what we do here at the Lockdown Livestream, you can hit that subscribe button.
Do it.
On Facebook, YouTube, and you can hit that like button and follow button on Facebook. And if you really, really, really want to be a big supporter, you can go ahead, take out your wallet. All right, take out $5 and give me the wallet. Now you could share these videos though; that would be super helpful.
Yes.
Increase the reach, as it were. And now back to Cody Browning live.
Thank you, sir. All right. So I actually wrote this song on piano, but I'm going to play it transposed onto the guitar. This song is called Wild.
Let me run wild, horses in the sky, let my blood run dry, colder than the night, run wild, I'll be running free, let me be what I can be, so I can see what there's to see, run wild, wild like the sun, hotter than a supernova, burning everyone. I've been living my life bright and afraid, thinking about all the choices I made, pondering every single mistake, remembering all of the turns that I made. Sometimes I don't even know what to say, so I keep on writing to fill up the page, hoping that one of the lines that I made reflects how I feel in some kind of way. Let me run wild, I'll be taking flight, you'll be on the ground while I take to the sky. Run wild, that's how we should be, brighter than the northern lights, illuminating everything. I don't really know why I'm here, but I'm sure the answer will be made clear eventually, if I take the time I need to figure out who I am, what I want to be, where I want to go, and where do I see myself in 10 years or so. I don't know, no, I don't know. So go, go, go out the window. Gotta find something worth living for. There's gotta be something for. Wild people just like me, all across the universe, wild like the sea. Wild, that is my name, put it on my tombstone, flowers on my grave. Wild, 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 wild. Wild like an animal trapped inside a cage. I've been wild like a maniac, clinically insane. Wild for a while now, baby, now I'm wilding out. Wild like an animal trapped inside a cage. I've been wild like a maniac, clinically insane. Wild for a while now, baby, now I'm wilding out. Let me run wild, castles and stars, wild like the giants, worlds apart from where we are. Wild, that is my name. Wild till I die, let my flowers be the same.
Thank you. Yeah, I wrote that song on piano, and it's probably like one of the only ones that I really like made super intricate. But it's called Wild.
It's pretty wild, man.
Thanks, man. Good word for it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's this new word I'm trying out.
Wild.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
Yeah. I don't know if. Yeah.
That's an inside joke.
Yeah, you guys need to be inside if you want to get that joke.
That's right. Oh man, here's another one. So actually, first time I really played this song in Virginia Beach. I wrote this here. It's called Jester. I played this during the Chongditions.
You can chalk it up however you like, whatever makes you feel alright. I'll be yours by the end of the night. If you need someone by your side, you can use me. You can throw me away, whatever is amusing. I'm your jester, you're my queen. You're the queen, the best that I've ever seen. I'm just a jester, but what's better is when it's you and me. I make you smile, I'm here to amuse. I hope that I'm amusing you. Know just what to say to lift me up in magic ways. I just can't let down my guard, 'cause if I fall, I'm falling hard. You can use me, I'm your plaything. You got me wrapped around your finger like a diamond ring. But that rock's so heavy that it's weighing me down. I keep my head up, 'cause jesters don't frown. Don't lose the crowd, or your curtain comes down. Oh, you're the queen, the best that I've ever seen. I'm just a jester, but what's better is when it's you and me. I make you smile, I'm here to amuse. I hope that I'm amusing you. Know just what to say to lift me up in magic ways. I know just what to do to please you. You're the queen, the best that I've ever seen. I'm a jester, but what's better is when it's you and me. I make you smile, I'm here to amuse. I hope that I'm amusing you. Know just what to say to lift me up in magic ways. I know just what to do to please you. You can use me however you will, and maim me and cage me and tame me still. I'm yours, I'm here for your amusement. I don't care who you're using, oh no. As long as you're you. me. I can be your anything as long as you use me. I can be your anything. I'm yours. I'm yours. I'm yours. I'm yours. Oh, oh, oh. Thank you. I'm here all night. That's a joke too. 'Cause we both know I'm here for my entire life. When your lifetime's as long as a punchline, I'll dance for you while you're sipping on fine wine. I'm yours to use, no regrets. This hat is the only way I keep my head.
Thank you, sir. That was some Jester. Woo-wee. How many songs was that?
I believe that was 5 of the 6 for the set.
Beautiful. Okay.
But we can just go straight to the interview if you want to do that.
Well, I can do one more. Should I play Waves?
Why not?
I mean, I guess I could play Waves. That way, if they like it,
Yeah.
then they
Plus,
can
I
find
mean,
this one.
You know, we're here.
Yeah, why not? All right, so I guess I will go ahead and end on this song. So this song is called Waves. If you have not heard it, definitely check it out at iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, everything except for Pandora. Don't go there because I'm not there. Thank you very much. And this song is called Waves. And though you're not with me in this room right now, I'm going to clap at one point, and I'm going to pretend like you're clapping with me, and you should do it anyway. Thank you. Just for, like, you know, the ruse. Theatrics. Whoop.
I think that I think too much. I think that I may lose touch with my intentions. I'm starting to feel tension. It's like a tidal wave coming over me. I feel like I'm drowning in this deep blue sea, but the waves are great, like the cloudy day that's coming over me, coming over. I don't wanna make waves. That's when the boat sways. I don't wanna make waves. That's when the boat, and I'm sorry for the way that I feel, but not really. I guess it's just my own way of dealing with the tension, the convolution, confusion, fear of being secluded, elusive. Never was my thing, my intentions diluted. I don't know what I mean, it must be stressful. I know it's gotta be, but I don't wanna make waves. That's when the boat sways. I don't wanna make waves. That's when the boat, no, I don't wanna make waves. That's when the boat sways. I don't wanna make waves. That's when the boat, no, I don't wanna. That's when the boat, no, I don't wanna wait. clear enough? And are these metaphors working, or are they too much? And I'm sorry, seems to be my motto. I drop the pen, pick up the bottle, and try to say what I'm thinking again tomorrow. Cause I don't wanna make waves, that's when the boat sways. I don't wanna make waves, that's when the boat, no, I don't wanna make waves, that's when the boat sways. I don't wanna make waves, that's when the boat, no, I don't wanna. That's when the boat, no, I don't wanna. Wait, alright y'all, everybody at home, clap along. No, I don't wanna make waves, that's when the boat sways. There we go, Paul. I don't wanna make waves, that's when the boat, no, I don't wanna make waves, that's when the boat sways. I don't wanna make waves, that's when the boat, no, I don't wanna make waves, that's when the boat, it sways. I don't wanna make no waves. Thanks for clapping along, everybody.
Man, that's a great song.
Thanks, man.
You've got a lot of great songs.
I appreciate you saying that.
You know, and while you were playing, I was thinking about it a little bit, right? Because before the show, we had talked about genres, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's an important thing for musicians to, you know, at some point, like, define what genre they're in. However, there's something else that I think is even more important for musicians that are really trying to do something to make it marketable. Is it caught on the headphones there?
Yes, it is.
We planned this real well, folks.
We did. We got this. Don't worry about me. I got it.
Beautiful. But I think it's really important for musicians to know who their audience is, like who's your target demographic. And I think I might have found it for you, right? So if I were you, I would be looking at Ed Sheeran and Mumford and Sons, and I'd figure out what demographic makes up their audiences, their respective audiences, and then figure out where the crossover is. I think that's where you're going to find your fan base.
I mean, when people ask me like what genre I am, I have no idea, zero clue.
Dude, it's very pop.
Yeah,
like it really is.
Well, I mean, I feel like if I say that, then they're like, pop? No, you're more like rock. I'm like, I don't know. Everyone says I'm something different. I just have no idea.
I could hear it very much like, because again, yeah, it's just you and an acoustic guitar, but I could hear it definitely
bigger.
Yeah, it could easily be in that on pop radio, basically.
I feel like when you're in the studio, a lot of stuff like just becomes pop, because when you start adding the bells and whistles,
right,
it just becomes bigger.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, exactly.
But Ed Sheeran and Mumford and Sons, they're like two of the names that I actually drop, and I'm like, well, it's kind of like these guys.
Yeah,
that Cage the Elephant, Matt Mason, but yeah.
Yeah. No, exactly. So that's if I were you, I would look at Ed Sheeran, I would look at Mumford and Sons, I would figure out again what their audience demographic is. Mm-hmm. Find the crossover, that's who you want to target. Right? So like when you're promoting your music, especially if you're taking out ads like Facebook ads, stuff like that, they have ad tools where you can start to, put demographics together and target people instead of just blowing it out wide, because that's not going to work well. If you want the most bang for your buck, find out who their fan, like what kind of a person is a fan of Ed Sheeran. Yeah. Right? Figure that out, target that person. Yeah. Right? And I think that's how you're going to get more reach with your music. Right? Because they're already into that sound, and you've got your own distinct Mr. Magnanimous Cody Browning sound.
Thanks.
But if you were looking for somebody like how do you find who's going to be open to that? I would look to those two entities, right? Ed Sheeran and Mumford and Sons.
Don't stop targeting 85-year-olds.
Yes.
Got it. Darn, I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Actually, technically, everybody's target demographic is I think it's technically speaking, it's 16 to 24-year-old girls, something in there for music. Yeah,
Really?
especially pop music. Yeah.
What?
I think so. Well, it's like the high school, like the Beliebers and all that shit.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
all that stuff back in the day?
Yeah, I guess they are the diehard ones.
Yeah, you know. So
I need to write me some catchy pop songs and.
I think you already have.
All right.
Again, it's not like Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande pop, right? It's not in that
Yeah, no.
that category of, you know, like you're not Dua Lipa or anything like that,
Yeah.
right? But I could definitely hear your stuff being, you know, thrown into the like the pop playlist on Spotify, Amazon Music, stuff like that.
That's so good. Pop means popular, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm not by any means trying to say your music's like watered down or like,
Oh, no,
because that's you know, people, especially musicians, tend to feel like almost offended by
No.
pop music.
Which I totally get that, but I mean, you just kind of gotta like get
Yeah.
over it, you know. Pop really does just mean popular, whatever
Yeah,
people
dude,
are into.
I love pop music. I used to hate it, but
No offense taken. No offense taken.
Thanks, man.
I'm offended, extremely.
I'm gonna get canceled.
Sorry. Oh my God, another one bites the dust.
I know, right? All right, so Cody, let's talk a little bit about you.
Let's talk about this mountain of water bottles I have.
Yeah, you drink a lot of water. That's good.
A lot of water.
That's good.
Moving past the water drinking.
Moving past the water drinking. You know, it could be worse. This could be like those could be bottles filled with like
Vodka.
yeah.
And they're definitely not.
They're definitely not. Hey, pass me one of the vodka bottles. All right, so how did you get into music? Let's start with a little bit of history.
So about whenever I was like 8 or 9, I like took interest in it, mainly like writing. Like I wrote my brother and my sister. Shout out to them, by the way, Tashina and Tim. Love you both. They both did poetry, and my mom did poetry. Pretty much like a lot of writers on that side of the family. And I kind of started trying to dabble in it myself, and I wrote some poems. And, you know, they were fun, but I felt like it wasn't hitting the mark for me.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, let me try writing like songs. So I started writing like songs when I was like 9 or 10. And when I did that, I was such a bad singer. I was so bad. And God bless everyone who lied to me for a little while and told me that I was good. And also to the people who said I was tone deaf, which happened a lot. People don't believe me. People are like, oh, you got a natural gift. I'm like, I do not. That is a lie. For the longest time when I was young, people would tell me to like just quit. Not everyone's supposed to do music.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't know how to play any instrument. I was bad at singing. And, you know, I didn't take any lessons or anything. I'm completely self-taught. And I just kept on doing it.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It was like I just kept writing and kept singing and kept writing and kept singing. And I played a cappella at like open mics for a while until I'm meeting this group of guys who got me into guitar, taught me the basics. And then from there, I like wrote my very first full guitar and singing song when I was 17. And it was like, that was all she wrote. That was all I was doing for the rest of my life.
Dude, no, that's awesome. And I think you found the secret, or you revealed the secret right there, and it's you just kept doing it. That's the trick.
It really
you just gotta
is.
keep doing it.
It's like people don't really realize that your vocal cords are like a muscle.
Yeah.
It's like learning how to backflip. Like you can't, or benching 300 pounds. You can't just do that right off the bat.
Right.
You got to like work your way up to it, and you can train it to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Like Adele. I mean, I don't know if she was born with an amazing voice, but I mean, she has an amazing voice. But you can learn to do stuff like that, and it's really awesome, I feel.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just a matter of how much are you willing to put into it.
Yeah.
You know,
Thomas the Train Engine.
Yeah, I mean, and you really do. You get out what you put in. I mean, it's like Well, sometimes you get out less than you put in, but as you go along, right, you'll learn how to work smarter, not harder, and then you start getting out what you're putting in, right, and then it's the equation balances
Yeah.
a little bit.
If I had to give like any advice to like someone who was trying to learn how to sing and is like, I can't sing, and like they just know that they feel like they know that, it would be, don't try to sing like the people you like to listen to. You got to find your own like voice.
Right.
Because that was a big thing for me. I was just trying to sing like all these people who had like crazy high ranges, and I'm just like, it just didn't work until one day, eventually it hit me. It was like, don't do that anymore.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So okay, so that's how you got your start. When did you realize, like, wow, okay, like I'm getting good at this. This is something I can actually pursue. This is worth my time.
Definitely would be in my first band ever, which was initially it was called the BC Kings, because it was our initials and then a word that started with K to go along with the last name. And so it was BC Kings, and we started playing some music. It was rough and like rudimentary at times, but it was kind of like a cool little mashup of different genres. I mean, I'm talking like I'm How I Am, and then there was like ska and like bluegrass guy, and like so.
Shout out to Dakota.
Yeah. But yeah, with those guys, we kind of built something really, really awesome and unique. And one of them was a crazy music theory, like junkie, and the other one did a lot of that too. And so I learned a lot that I would just like, never have learned. I got lucky by meeting them. And I just kind of, they were kind of like giving me lessons inadvertently. And with that, we started playing some gigs, and I found out that people actually like wanted to listen to us.
Right.
And I was like, that's cool. We played a lot of like open mics and stuff. And I guess the first time someone actually came to us and was like, hey, you guys are great. Will you come to a photo shoot in Philadelphia as like a band showcase type deal to tell people who you are?
Right.
And that was like the first moment where I was like, okay, well maybe there's something to it. And then, a lot of stuff happened, and new bands were formed, and then there were falling outs, and then solo artists came later.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is an unfortunate but fairly typical trajectory for a lot of musicians. It's like, all right, like the band, everything starts out great, and then things inevitably fall apart, and then it's more bands and some solo stuff, and the bands, and then this, and then that, and then, but I've noticed one of two things happens. A lot of musicians either A, give up, or they just figure out how to make it work on their own, or they find new people. They just keep going, which again that's the secret, is like, just keep doing it.
Honestly, I have no idea how I didn't give up after the band breakup.
Oof, bad break, huh?
It was, it was not a good one.
Yeah.
But I mean, nothing but love for those guys. They're really good people.
It just happens.
Yeah, stuff happens. But after the band actually broke up, I feel like it was really strange that this like travesty was almost the sole reason why I kept trying to do music. Travesty being that when the band broke up, it happened to be the exact same time that I actually had a really bad injury to my vocal cords. I had a vocal hemorrhage when I was 22, and apparently vocal hemorrhages, you can't feel them. Like they don't hurt. So they can just continuously get worse and worse and worse. And it's basically, it got to the point where I was singing a lot of shows like without being able to hear myself very well with the band, and not wanting to turn myself up because I didn't want to be a diva.
Right.
So I just kept on pushing myself, and eventually I basically ripped my vocal cords in half.
Oof.
Which I didn't know was possible.
Yeah.
I woke up, thought I had a lost voice, and then like 3 weeks went by, and it was like when I would hum, it'd be like broken glass. And I had to go to the doctor and get endoscopy, where they like shove a camera up your nose and crazy stuff. It's awful.
Yeah.
Do not do it. It's not fun.
Don't rip your vocal cords in half.
No. And so I was 22 then, and he told me that I like might not ever sing again.
Whoa.
He was like, you will probably never sound the same no matter what. You might not ever sing again. And there's no medicine for it. There's no surgery for it because it's all scar tissue. So it's really just up to how well your body heals itself. And the only thing that I got given was drink a lot of freaking water. Do not use your voice for as long as physically possible. And so I did like vocal rehabilitation therapy for 9 months without singing. And that was rough. And then eventually I started to try to kind of wean myself back into it slowly. But whenever that happened, my voice had changed entirely.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't know it, but my voice, I'm a little bit of a lower register.
Yeah.
But I used to have a higher voice, even a speaking voice.
Really?
The elasticity of like my vocal cords changed.
Whoa, dude, talk about a sinner's nightmare right there.
Oh man, I had like some identity crisis of like who I was and what I would do if I wasn't doing music.
Bro, I bet.
It was yeah, and like I guess, and that's what I meant. Like the travesty kind of set the pace because I was like, man, I feel so lost with the possibility of never singing again, that's how I knew. I was like, there's nothing else for me. Like, I gotta get back to doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a powerful moment.
It was. Gives me chills thinking about it, honestly.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because I feel like a lot of ways those are it's like the moments where you think it's all about to fall apart, where it brings a certain level of clarity where you realize like, oh, wait a minute. No, like I love this thing so much.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, I don't know what I would do. Like, if this doesn't fix itself, I don't know, like, who I'm supposed to even be. Those are the moments I think that really make somebody.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. And another shout out to Emily, my beautiful fiance, because she was with me through all of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
wow.
She was there for every freaking, like, anxiety attack and, like, depression moment, just, like, pushing me through it and making sure I didn't go crazy, man. Honestly, I'm lucky to have her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I am today without her.
There you go. Now, so you're from Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Pennsylvania, Gettysburg, small town, very quaint. You may have heard of it.
Never. Yeah, I was gonna say never heard of it. I think there was like a little scuffle there once upon a time.
Yeah, it was exaggerated.
Just a thing, you know.
Someone bumped into a guy and the whole thing started.
Bar fight. Yeah.
There are some. But yeah, from PA, Gettysburg.
Nice. So, what brought you to Virginia Beach?
So I came here initially with that band that had broken up, and we actually broke up in Virginia Beach, ironically. We came here to do like Live in Atlantic.
Okay, yeah.
Right, and it was our first year doing it, and then at the end of that, there was like a debacle, and we ended up parting ways. But when we had come, I was like, I really love this area, and I thought Live in Atlantic. I've never experienced anything like that before.
Right.
Like performers lined up all down the street of the Strip, and I was like, that is so cool. So Emily and I started vacationing to Virginia Beach quite often. I think we came like 7 times one year before we ever lived here because we just kept coming back.
Yeah.
And I would just walk down the boardwalk with my guitar from like start to finish and play my songs, and people like were very receptive of it. And they really enjoyed my music, like way more than back home. And I was like, maybe this is a good move for me. And once again, I wouldn't have moved because I was so attached to home.
Right.
But Emily was like, you can't be like 50 years old playing the same open mics in this small town. Like, imagine that day where you realize that. And she pushed me to move here. Once again, thank you. And then, I was like, man, I just love this place. I met Christy K, one of the first people I met, a lot of like Jesse Chong, a lot of people who were just immediately supportive. And I was like, this place feels like it might have something for me if I go for it. So I did.
And so it did, yeah.
Yeah, which I'm happy about, obviously, because now I get to do music full time, which is a dream that I've had for a very long time.
Yeah, and now you're in it.
Yep.
That's a cool feeling, right?
It's the coolest feeling.
Yeah.
I feel. It's also way harder than I had ever thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Yeah, it is really trying to do something like this full time, like successfully.
Yes.
Hardest thing you'll ever do in your life.
You know, it physically, yes, and also the booking, I feel like is a lot of time that's like the hardest anyone who does booking out there at all, if you're in charge of that, please email them back, the musicians, or text them when you say you're gonna. Because that stuff is the hardest thing for me. Is like 3 months will go by and someone will be like, I'll hit you up in 2 days. And they say that 15 times.
Yeah.
That's honestly, that's like so much like tear down, build up, and it makes you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the hardest part probably besides like the actual job itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, you know, it's funny because I got a little bit of perspective on both sides of that coin now. Having tried to get in with booking agents, but also now being a booking agent.
Which, by the way, you did very quickly when I talked to you. I was like, Paul, will you book me here? And he's like, done. Here's your date. Easy. I was like, oh my God, why? Why can't it be like this all the time?
Dude, I try. Like, I try, but sometimes, you know, for anybody listening that I might not have gotten back to, whoops.
Oops. Throw him under the bus.
No, but I try to be responsive, but at the same time, there's also... Like, if it's just, like, a busy week or a busy day and there's, like, a bunch of people, like, I'll get it. Dude, sometimes I wake up and I've got, like, 30 emails, like, 20 text messages, just a bunch of ridiculous stuff. And then it's, like, I've got an hour before a client's supposed to show up to the studio, and it's, like, okay, I got to, like, get ready. I got to get everything. And then when I have people in the studio, I do not like to be on my phone, like, at all, because I want to give them all of my undivided attention.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like they're paying me to focus on their work, so I'm going to focus on it. I'm not going to be on my phone. But it also might mean that a whole day goes by or 2 days goes by and I don't even get back to you, which is, like, unfortunate, and it's something I got to figure out how to manage more.
I feel like a day or two, even a week is, like, that's fine.
Right.
That's reasonable. I get it. And I know that it's definitely harder than I would know, considering I've never done it. And with literally any job ever done, people don't understand until they do it. Like walk a mile in their shoes kind of thing.
Right.
It's more like whenever it's like a month
Yeah.
or like a 2, or like it just never happens.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, or just tell me no. I would love it if someone was like, I am not interested.
Right.
I'd be like, dope, off the list, done.
Yep.
But I mean, I think it's really cool to have one of the part of the home team musician who's booking shows for himself, booking other shows for musicians, knowing like the struggle. I think that is like the coolest thing, and really cool. I mean, I just think it's cool.
I appreciate that, man. That's why I got into it in the first place, was I saw an opportunity, and I mean, it's ironic because I struggled to, like, I didn't know how to, like, get myself booked, but then somehow I figured out how to, like, book other people.
Easier to hype other people up than yourself, man.
Yeah, well, and also, I mean, I lost interest in doing shows as, like, a regular thing. Just because, man, like, 3 hours of music, I mean, shit, now there's a lot of places that want 4 hours of music.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's a lot, right? It's a toll, and you have to really want to be performing all the time to sustain that kind of energy, and I realized that I love performing. I don't love it that much.
Yeah.
Right? It's not something I want to do 3 hours a night or 4 hours a night.
It's definitely very trying.
Yeah, so I have all the respect in the world and admiration for people like you that actually can do it, enjoy it, and like bring that A game every time they go out and play. You know, that's something that that's a unique type of musician. There's a lot of different types of musicians out there. That is a unique skill set and capability, I feel, in my opinion.
Well, I appreciate the compliment.
Yes, sir.
It is very fun. I know literally zero things about like recording and sound stuff like that. So really, I don't have any other outlet for music besides performing it. And I also write so many songs that like I don't know when I would have time to do literally anything else.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll be driving down the street writing songs, on my couch writing songs, and it's just like, I feel like it's like the universe does not give me a choice. It's like,
right.
You have to play these for everyone.
Dude, you know what? I'm glad you said that. So first, great segue into songwriting. Because I wanted to follow up and start talking about your songwriting.
It's like I've done this before.
Yeah. And secondly, I'm glad you said that because I think it's important when you recognize something like that, like, oh, wait a minute, like this, everything, no matter what I do, it always kind of pushes me in this direction. Like this is the current of the river pulling me. when you recognize that feeling, follow it, because it's going to lead you to exactly where you're trying to go. And I think that you recognizing that is really, really powerful. And I think that's something a lot of musicians should do, a little bit of an introspective and figure out, okay, what in this whole musical world is pulling me like gravity like that?
Yeah.
You know?
I
So
agree.
let's talk a little bit about that, because in the beginning, or before the show, you mentioned you read a lot in your car.
A lot. A lot.
I've never heard of this creative process before. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's real simple. So anytime I have like a longest drive, it doesn't have to be long, but I would say like 20 minutes or more.
Mhm.
I don't turn on the radio, honestly, almost ever. I'll just be like, I'll start on my steering wheel, and I'll be like, I'll make a metronome, and I'll try like funky ones, and I'll just do a metronome consistently on my steering wheel, and then I will just start singing randomly, writing like words out of thin air, really, and then I'll just see if I can make it fit the metronome, and then a lot of times I'll get to my location and I'll like sit there in the parking lot for like another 30 minutes because now I've like written 3/4 of a song and I need to record it.
Right.
And then
And then you get way too into it. You start hitting the steering wheel too hard, start honking the horn. Everybody's like, what's going on over
yeah,
here?"
exactly. And then the cops get called, so there's the
Right.
whole thing.
Then you get arrested. You wind up in jail, but you got a great song.
Yeah, then you do like 25 to 30, you know. Anyways, you get a song out of it. That's what I'm saying. No, but and then at the end, after all that stuff is done, a lot of times then I'll go home and I'll like be like, all right, am I gonna put guitar to this, piano to this, and it changes,
Yeah.
you know, when I do that. But that happens a lot.
Wow. So how often do you say, like, how many songs would you say you've written?
Hundreds, like 300 or more probably.
Yeah.
I counted once. I did a list and it was like 270 something, but I've written many songs since then.
Yeah. Wow.
How many could I just play outright without practicing or like going back in my archives? I don't really know. That's a challenge I have not tackled,
Right.
but a lot. I mean, I can play a 4-hour set of all original songs. So I mean,
So, which is amazing, by the way. And actually, we'll have to talk after this, because there's writers' rounds that I've been putting on at this hotel, A Loft in Chesapeake. And I'm going to be setting one up at some point. Actually, I'm going to be setting 2 of them up in the following months. I would love to get you on that, a Nashville-style writers' round.
I don't know what a writer's round is, but I'm in.
It's cool. So it's 3 artists up on a stage,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a 3-hour thing,
Mm-hmm.
okay? It's paid, by the way, too, so that's fun,
I like money.
right? Isn't money nice? It's great. So
Buys pretty things,
buys, food,
Yeah.
Skittles.
guitar strings.
Yeah. So everybody, at least in my format, is everybody does 3 songs, and then it's the next person in line, and then the next person, and you'd like talk a little bit about your music and whatnot. And the musicians on stage will banter back and forth, and however it goes. But it's just 3 songs each in a round, and then it just comes back around to you. You do 3 more songs, you talk about them, and then before you know it, the 3 hours is up. But that's basically the concept.
That sounds awesome. I would
Yeah.
love to do that.
So we'll make that happen. Now, when it comes to your songwriting, do you remember when you wrote okay, let me start like this. When I first started writing songs, most of them sucked. Right? It took a long time. I had to write a lot of garbage before I wrote anything that was even half decent.
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like for you? Did you just start writing pretty decent songs, or was there rough patches, or are there some songs that you write even now where you're like, all right, this is garbage, but it's a thing that I'm just gonna write for me to get whatever emotion out I need to get out, or are you pretty dialed in at this point?
So
Because I really like everything I've heard from you so far. I'm wondering, in that vault of
Well, thank you.
3,000 songs.
well, so like I said earlier, I wrote a lot when I didn't play an instrument.
Right.
And I would just sing a cappella. So I feel like a lot of the bad songs probably came out then because when you're writing without any kind of metronome or any form of instrument, your timing is trash. So you have no idea. And then upon learning guitar, I realized that none of those songs worked with a guitar because they didn't have a time signature.
Right.
And I was like, well, the lyrics were cool. So I think I just got a lot of practice in lyrics. And then my first song, was, it was good lyrics. I was proud of it. Made some people cry with it. I started writing. I decided to start writing like songs on guitar and singing them actually because a long time ago when I was real little, my uncle Mark had passed away and we were real tight.
Right.
And I wanted to write a song for him pretty much. So that's why I started. So I wrote a tearjerker first time, and then I want to say that I think my fourth song that I ever wrote was like people really loved it, and it was like I think it was called what was it? It was like Doctor, I think. So that one is archived deep down.
Right.
So I could probably bring it back, but it's like, Doctor, doctor, give me a cure. I don't want to love her. It was real cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after that, I feel like, every musician, moving on to the second part of your question, every musician I feel like is the worst critic of themselves. That's just like a common knowledge thing. So when I write songs, a lot of times I'll be like, man, I have no idea if I like this at all.
Right.
I just gotta power through it and see, once like you reach that 3 minutes and 30 seconds or that 4 minutes and like it's like, okay, thank God, it's the length of a song. Now I
Right.
can like tweak it and see if anything comes of it. I just do that, and so a lot of times I'm just pleasantly surprised. But I do have like a billion songs
Yeah.
that are, halfway finished.
Yeah.
And mainly a lot of times because I'd write without guitar. It's like a bad habit that I have sometimes in the car. So I'll have a billion songs that I need to put a billion different guitar parts to.
Right.
And finding a guitar part that I just like that fits what was in your mind at that point every single time is kind of rough.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad habit because one of the things that I've noticed from a producer's side of things is that, and this isn't really in regards to you because you're a pretty accomplished guitar player, but I've noticed there are a lot of people who are not really guitar players that fall back on the same chords, and which can be fine. But there's also a lot of pop music out there. In particular, if we're talking about producing pop music, where it's pretty obvious they did not write it to, like, you wouldn't be able to write that song to a guitar the way that they're doing things.
Yeah.
And, like, their melodic structure, like, their melodies, all this stuff, right? It's like, okay, they sat down and started working on a track and then started writing, or, like, wrote lyrics, like, really good lyrics, started working on a track, and then kind of molded the track and the lyrics around each other to get that thing. So if you have the ability to write and hear stuff in your head without a guitar, I think that's actually really helpful because then you're not going to use it as a crutch, right? When it comes to doing something more unique in the studio that you wouldn't be able to get out of a guitar anyway.
It would be cool to do something like that.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about potentially doing something together. That'd be awesome because a lot of times in the studio, it's like whenever, going to that metronome beat and keeping everything in time and like the way you wrote it, it doesn't always stay in time. Like I'm a pause lover.
Right.
I love pauses, and sometimes they're more dramatic pauses. And sometimes they don't make sense to time signatures. But whatever, because when I play it, it sounds good.
Right.
So if I could, like, have stuff kind of built around just a song that I could just go wild with,
Yeah.
that would be super duper cool. I find that it's piano sometimes is kind of like that. You can be a little bit more wild with piano. It's not as like in a box.
Right.
At least that's in my experience writing on it. That I have way more piano parts when I write a
Right.
song than I do guitar parts when I write a song on the guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be super cool to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so all in all, not a bad habit. Keep singing in the car. Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Easy.
Keep writing in traffic.
Even if it was a bad habit, I was gonna do it anyway, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So, when it comes to, well, I guess let's talk a little bit about your inspirations, right? Like, are there any musicians? I know you mentioned, like you like to listen to like Matt Mason and whatnot, but are there any, artists that you have found as kind of like, I don't know, like an influencer or a guide of sorts?
I know a lot of people have those.
Yeah.
But
Not really?
Not really, man.
Yeah.
I don't don't know. It's so strange. So there are people who I like to listen to, but there was no one who I was just like, this person, I'm going to mold my idea of what I want to be around this person.
Right.
It was like Nako Bear and Medicine for the People. Matt Mason is more recent. I just found out about him, so it couldn't be him. And then I got like James Bay, Hosier. Like all I knew was that like a style of music was what I liked. It was no one really like particular who just I was sold on for eternity. But I suppose like just a conglomerate of influencers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I mean, to those who do have those influencers, and like, you know, I know, for instance, my buddy Dakota Osborne, check him out. He's very talented. Huge, like Dave Matthews, John Mayer, like influenced, and even like how he plays and stuff like that. That you can tell like who he listens to.
Yeah.
But with me, I feel like sometimes I'll write a song and I'll be like, I have no idea why I wrote a song like that. Like Jester.
Huh.
Like, I can write a song like Waves, and I can write a song like Jester, and they're like two completely very different styles of songs. So it just kind of comes out of nowhere.
You know, I really like the way that you, like your wordsmithing ability, right? The way that you put everything together. There's a lot of imagery and energy in the words. Like, there's motion, right? Like, it's very descriptive.
Yes. That is one of my goals when writing.
Yeah, it's descriptive, and it tells a story.
Which I'm always trying to tell the story, even if I try not to. Like, I've tried to write, like, cookie cutter, like, TikTok songs. Like, something that would just be catchy.
Right.
You know, with the same, like, 10 words, and every time, I just can't do it. I always gotta go in, like, some more descriptive way.
No, I think, dude, I think that's what makes the most successful music really success. I mean, some of it's stupid, right? Some of it's like, shot, right? But there's also a lot of really successful music out there that it almost sounds simple on the surface, but if you break it down, what they're doing is actually pretty difficult. Like, there's some again, going with pop songs, some really great pop songs where if you actually pay attention to the lyrics, like, none of what they're saying rhymes, right? They're not relying on a rhyme scheme to make it work. It's just the way that they've structured the melody and how they say the words. It all just seems to make sense and flow. And I'm not saying don't use rhyme schemes, but it is interesting that, because like not using a rhyme scheme is really difficult to make work.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, but I think like the power of the story and the emotion that they can evoke with, I mean, just the music, but also with the vocal in particular, and then that melody is really key. That vocal melody. I mean, if you get that down, you can, you know, I mean, that's what makes a great song. And I think you really nail that, particularly, again, in the storytelling of the writing, right? The writing was really descriptive. It's not bland.
Thank you.
Right? It's not boring. Like, there's a lot of music out there that is kind of bland and boring, and it's, you know.
Yeah.
So,
no, I get what you're saying, and I really appreciate that, because I think whenever I get a compliment on my lyricism, it's like, I mean, I want you to enjoy listening to me play it, of course, obviously. But I really appreciate when people, like, compliment my lyrics, because that means that they were actually listening.
Yeah.
And I never write a song that I don't feel is worth hearing. Like, my motto is, like, if you got it, only thing matters is if you have something to say.
Right.
As long as you have something to say, then that's like, it's worth listening. I'm not gonna write something that isn't worth saying. I'm not gonna write something that I feel like no one will gain anything as a person from listening to. Every single song has like meaning.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had the skill to just be like Tenacious D and just write like a fun, crazy song out of nowhere with zero meaning besides being fun and awesome to listen to, that would be dope too. I feel like it would take a lot of stress off of me if I could just be like, whatever, willy-nilly. Doesn't need to mean anything.
Have you tried like deliberately sitting down and trying to write a song like Tenacious D?
Yes, I have. It was vulgar, and upon writing it, I was like, I will never be able to play this anywhere I ever go, ever.
But was it fun?
It was fun. It was fun. It was good for parties.
Do you know how to play it still?
No. Well,
I'm not going to put you on the spot now, but I would love to hear it later if you know how to play it.
maybe. That's one of those ones I feel like I tried to push down. I was just like,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
not good for you.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fun fact, I think, what's his name? Carl Gass, the guitar player for...
Kyle Gass.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle Gass. Dude, he went to Juilliard.
Oh, what?
When he was like 13. Yeah, that dude is like a savant, like prodigy, like Mozart level genius.
He is very talented,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, dude's like...
Jack Black's also awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Black's incredible.
He's Jack Black.
But yeah, his guitar player / like duo partner, yeah, like child savant. Well,
Yeah.
when he was a child. Now he's just a normal savant.
Normal savant. Less impressive. Still savantish.
Slightly less impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
But, all right, well, I'll tell you what, why don't we do one last song to wrap this thing up?
I can do that.
And real quick, I just want to say again, folks, this is magnanimous Mr. Cody Browning. No, it's just Cody Browning. You can find him at Cody Browning Music on Facebook, at Cody Browning Music on Instagram, and you can find him just by the name Cody Browning on any streaming platform. You can stream his first full-length album.
Well, it's an EP.
Oh, it's okay. So
It's 3 songs.
his EP Waves.
Yes. And don't go to Pandora, because I'm not on Pandora.
Don't go to Pandora.
You can, for any other reason, just not for
Just not for Cody.
me. No magnanimous.
No magnanimous Mr. Browning,
Yeah.
Mr. Cody Browning.
Alrighty.
Check 1, 2.
Alright, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Paul, for having me. This has been a good time. So I'm going to end the last one on a bit of a somber note. This song goes out to my recently deceased Uncle Carl. Much love. I actually wrote this song for him so that I may play it at his funeral. So not to make y'all cry at home or anything, but I just feel like it's a song that should be heard.
Where has the time gone? Where did it go? I guess it's over. Who would have known? Oh, how the time goes, and then it's gone. Oh, how the time goes. I guess you're moving on. And I'm just sorry that I didn't see you more. I wish I had one more chance to knock at your door. I didn't know it hurt so bad, losing you. I know that's 'cause I never had many people that I love I've had to lose. Where has the time gone? Where did it go? I guess it's over. Who would have known? Oh, how the time goes, and then it's gone. Oh, how the time goes. You're moving on. And I know everybody's time must come, but I still don't think it's fair that I tell you I'm getting married soon, and I wanted you there. Oh, how the time goes, and then it's gone. Oh, how the time goes. You're moving on, but I know you're flying high somewhere out there, and I want you to know that we miss you so damn much right now. We wish you didn't go, but I don't wanna cry today. But I'll celebrate your life, and I wanna give my thanks, 'cause I feel it's only right, because you gave so much to everyone that you came to know. You tried to be the best that you could be, but now you've got to go. Like the time goes and then it's gone. Oh, how the time goes. I guess you're moving on. Oh, how the time goes and then it's gone. Oh, how the time goes. You're moving on.
Wow. Cody Browning.
Shout out to Uncle Carl.
Dude, thank you so much for coming in and doing this, man.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. This was really cool. This was a long time coming. I'm glad we finally got to make it happen, got to catch up a little bit, and I would love to have you back in the future. So
Let me know, man. I'm all about it. Thank you for having me. Thanks, y'all, for watching. It was a lot of fun, man. You got a cool setup here, and very welcoming, and the sound is also great. For anyone who comes in here to play music for this whole thing, you're going to sound amazing. It's going to be great.
thank you. I appreciate that.
I need headphones like this when I'm playing like shows.
Yeah.
I'll be like, dude, this is so much easier.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
It's great.
But yeah, thank you again. And for everybody who is tuned in, who's tuning in the future, checking this stuff out, thank you guys. You guys make it all worth it. So, and be sure to once again check out Cody Browning. You can find him on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, at Cody Browning Music, and you can find him on basically every digital streaming platform except for Pandora.
Don't go there.
So check him out, Spotify, YouTube, you know.
Also, if you're in the area, please come out to a show sometime. Play all around the Eastern Shore. And check out those social medias, and you'll find out where I'm playing.
Perfect. Beautiful.
First drink's on me. Thank y'all.
Well, with that, we are going to say good night.
Good night.